Listen, your boy is back. We just started something new. Kamal Oz, welcome. You are a new channel moderator. We got a new shooter. I like this man's energy. Kamal Oz, he trying to get the people motivated, get everything started. You know, routinely comments on the channel. Give it up to Kamal Oz. We got a new shooter. Keep it up. Just shoot responsibly. Oh my God! That looked nice. Kamal with the little wrench gang. I like that. I like how that looked. I don't know why you weren't a shooter before, but I like your energy. Thanks, Ego. It's an honor. Man, you've been holding it down. You always leave good comments and stuff. It was a matter of time, bro. So, everybody give it up to Kamal Oz. Holding it down. Talking this real talk. None of that dumb shit y'all be on. That old media shit. What's up? Fight World, what up? It's your boy Ego. I'm back with some more boxing. My allergies is going crazy right now. But small things to a giant. Let's get it. We got a lot to talk about. We got to warm up, though. I got to warm up the vocals. Hey. How's everybody doing? Salute. We halfway through the week. Well, actually, a little bit more. It's Thursday. Trash day. We going to take out the trash with this one. Yeah, it's trash day. We going to take out the trash with this one. Shout out to Maya Mini. Part of that Eagles Army. Representing that Bay Area, California. Hey, West Side when we ride on the enemies. We going to unpack this live. That's what the fans want me to do. That's what they got. Picture me rolling in the 500 bits. I got no love for these. There's no need to be friends. They got me under surveillance with some butt. No, don't be so. But I ain't the one. Shout out to the West Coast, the best coast, home of the best smoke. We let the tech smoke get your chest smoke. Let's get it. Oh my God, Salvador Gomez. He said new media 414 Milwaukee in the building. We trying to get bucks like Milwaukee because like Sam, we could sell. Shout out to Jada for that. That was a hard-ass bar from Jada, bro. I'ma get bucks. Oh, my gosh. I'ma get bucks like Milwaukee because like Sam, I could sell. I'm that. Y'all know that. Shout out to Paul Ruffin with the $10 super chat. He said quality content. Always. Eagle Army stand up. Now you making them mad, man. Shout out to Paul Ruffin. He started it off. Oh, my gosh. This going to be a good string. Man. Before we do the roll call, I want to drop some gems, man. I want to help y'all achieve y'all goals in the ways I can. And helping y'all achieve y'all goals in the ways I can, it starts with a plan. Y'all got to plan your life out. See, I figured the game out, man. People wonder why they don't feel accomplished throughout the day or for their week or their month or this year even. They don't plan their success. I'm telling you, listen to me, plan your success. Most people don't so much as plan their day or week. You're not going to get where you want to get in the amount of time you want to get there. Ain't nothing going to come to you. Success ain't going to run to you. It ain't going to come looking for you. You got to look for it. Listen, I'm a firm believer that anything you look for, you can find. You want drugs? Go to the right spot. You can find drugs. You looking for trouble, right? Go around starting to kick up dust and try to cause some trouble. You'll find it. So why can't it be the same for success? If you look for it, you gonna find it. But some of y'all ain't looking. You ain't looking hard enough, and you ain't looking in the right spot, so you ain't looking within yourself. Learn to plan your day. Shout out to Randy Ridley, $5 super chat, and it's on. Shout out to you, Ego. My kids got mad big since I became a subscriber. I know, life comes at you fast. These kids be growing up quick. They know more about the iPads and, you know, these tablets and phones than the adults. Oh my God, shout out to the kids. But y'all gotta learn to plan out your day, plan, plot, strategize, and make a way. A lot of people don't do that. They kind of aimlessly do what they think in their head. Like they try to. And see me, I'm a victim of this too. I have a pretty good memory, but I got back to my old shit. I went back to the basics. Started writing shit down. My memory's pretty on point too. But too much happens. We store too much in our brains. Get that on paper. You know, I'm a visual learner. You have to know what type of learner you are. Are you a visual learner, audio, you know, whatever, and do what works for you. Shout out to Mr. Randy Watson. He said, I'm averaging 2 live chats a day. Shout out to Longview, Texas. Salute to the Vampire Chat crew. Oh yeah, we've been having some fun in the Vampire streams. Let's do the roll call. I see Texas in here, Milwaukee. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? You see them super chats. You know they got a home here. Where y'all at? City, state, zip. Let's get it. Rep where you from. And then we're going to get into it. Shout out to 504. You heard me. Hey, Uptown. Shout out to Uptown, Apple and Eagle Street. You heard me. Lil Wayne. That's how Lil Wayne would do it. I rub Apple and Eagle Street. Because I am the Birdman JR. Man, I am the Birdman JR. Riverside, motherfucker. 951-313. Detroit, London. Hey, shout out to Desmond Park. He gonna laugh at my joke. Shout out to the 513, man. Cincinnati, DMV. Oh my God, I'm the manna in Santa Ana. You know what I'm talking about. 714. Yeah, just loaded. Yo, moolah, man. Man, I got that young moolah. I got old money, young money, new money. It's okay. Shout out to Puerto Rico, Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn in the Los Cabos. Oh my God, Juan Carlos. He from Los Cabos. Let's get it. 903. He said 903 in my Kodo whisper voice. Kodo's the whisper god, the dog whisperer. Caesar Milan, 416 by way of 718. Let's get it. They want to hate because we great. Oh my God, oh my God. Hold on, we got to put this on too. Man, they got to stop with these commercials and messing up my little flow. Come on, YouTube, get it together. Oh, listen. YouTube, they hit me up. You know, me and YouTube, we got a good relationship. They hit the kid up. There's some good news coming. My channel is a verified channel, and it's been that way, baby. So we've been verified for a minute, and it has a check mark. But now YouTube is implementing a new system where I guess it's going to have some kind of verified check mark and a gray slate behind it. So you know that it's the verified channel. You dig? You know it's the verified channel. So basically they're trying to make it easier to identify the real from the fake. Because you know these motherfuckers be coming in with the fucking fake Boxingego fishnet, you know, names and shit. So it hasn't really been an issue with me since they verified me. But you really ain't gonna have to worry about it now because they taking even more appropriate measures to make sure that don't happen. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's take it back. Hey, dude. Coming up, I was confused. My mama kissing the girl. Confusion. Ego, I'm back. He said, what's good, big bro? Stacks 814 in the building, nigga. Man, I used to see 5-0 throw crack by the bit. Let's get it. Hated to love it. New media on top. Hated to love it. New media on top. And I'm gonna shine on top. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP. Oh my God, I'm getting turned up. Let's get it. Canelo and Sergey. I gotta start, man. I'm ready. I got this iced coffee with the I got the double ristretto shots on y'all. Oh my God, look. I got the Starbucks cold brew with double ristretto shots. Y'all don't know about that, bro. Nothing in it. Black. Look, they mad. The black coffee. What was the black? What would it? The black coffee. Why would he drink his coffee black? Why does he like John Coffee from the Green Mile? The Black Channel. They so mad, bruh. Fuck them though. Okay. Somebody just brought it up. That's a good starting point. Canelo and Kovalev taking selfies. In the words of Damon Wayans and David Allen Greer, 2 snapped and around the world. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. Hate. Don't like it. Don't love it. Not a fan of it. Hated it. That's horrible, bro. First of all, this is just my interpretation. I don't know what the fuck y'all feel, but this is my channel. We talk about how I feel, you know. In my opinion, it takes down the fight, cause I don't want to see fight with y'all motherfuckers posing like the Hardy Boys and shit. I don't want to see fight week and then Canelo get in Kovalev's face and have an intense stare down and push his head and ram him. Nah, don't do all that. You motherfuckers is taking selfies like the babysitters, the babysitter club or whatever this shit was called. Nah, cause this is what they did. Danny Jacobs and Canelo, they were on FaceTime together. Dazn came up with this brilliant idea to put two enemies who were about to fight to promote the fight on FaceTime, and it was awkward. You know, they're just like smiling. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And Canelo, "What are you doing here? I was born ready." Bro, what the fuck was that? Y'all on FaceTime together, and then come the fight, you run up on Jacobs and, you know, puff your chest out. Man, I don't want to see that, bro. So to me, it takes away, because part of boxing to me is the intensity. You ain't had sex, you know what I'm saying? You've been in training camp, eating mad bland, waking up, running, pissed off because, you know, you ain't seen your family. That intensity. So when you see that face-off, like, I don't know, I've seen some great face-offs, y'all. I've been in the building, you know, I've been blessed. The Lord has blessed me to cover Crawford and Dongo, great face-off. I'm just thinking ones that Canelo Triple G won. I was there for Wilder Brazil, great face-off. Mayweather McGregor, great face-off. Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia was a great face-off. Like, I'm talking about where it's tense. So when two guys are acting buddy-buddy like that, kind of takes away from that, to me. Benavidez Crawford, I was there for that. That's a shout out to Adrian. Been holding it down, man. Y'all sleeping on Adrian. That's a great one. I was at. Yeah, they swung. That was a great one. I was in Omaha for that. That's what I'm saying, man. So it takes away when you all buddy-buddy. Like, I'm cool with sportsmanship. I'm not saying you got to, like, you know, judo chop each other's throats or nothing. But why do I want to see you guys act like friends? I guess they haven't seen each other since 2012. I don't want to see no stepbrother shit. Did we just become best friends? Yup. John Stamos. Why do I want to see Kovalev and Canelo acting like stepbrothers and shit? Yeah, but you got to call me Nighthawk. John Stamos. Did we just become best friends? Yup. This house has a prison. Like, I want some fancy, so I don't want to see that. And that was before the press conference. Horrible. Man, I was at all the Charlos fights this year. Man, come on, let's get it. Man, I don't like it. I'm telling you. And then Kovalev posting memes about how he's old, laughing about how Canelo don't want to fight. Man, he shouldn't have posted that, because that further brought me to, like, put it this way. You ever make a statement, or you're on a certain track with your thoughts, and then something either confirms or denies why you felt that way? Like, it either reassures you or it proves you wrong. Everything I felt about what I've said about Dazn, what I said about Canelo Kovalev, all these little small fires before there were any fire at all, just my assessment, I feel reassured in why I felt that way. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It seemed, I don't know. I don't like it. I'm from the old school. I like the Mike Tyson days. Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis were not taking selfies together. If anything, they were fucking each other up at the press conference and biting each other, and you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to see that. Mike was a killer. So you know, come on, Lennox, I'm coming for you, Lennox. I'm coming, sweetie. You know, you're not taking selfies with you. Shout out to Be More where they see more. Tank is about to have listen, that's another issue. These dumb motherfuckers in old media, they just don't get it. Listen, this is how I know what it is with some fight fans. They want me to create a situation and criticize somebody else for the fuck of it. I go off of what is happening in boxing. Some idiot told me today in the comments. He was like, "Oh yeah, okay." First of all, so keep in mind. Listen, oh my gosh, we about to go in. Oh, just buckle up, man. So, Mike Coppinger, a reporter with The Athletic, he released a tweet. And I'm going to show you guys the tweet so you know what I'm talking about. And then I'll get into that new media shit because I know that's what y'all came here for. Shout out to Coppinger for, providing some of the information. And then, let your boy cook on it. I got to cook on the topic. It's okay. Hey, what's up with Tekashi telling on Cardi B and Jim Jones? Like, what the fuck? They don't even got nothing to do with that motherfucker telling on everybody, bro. What the fuck? I'm about to have to lay low. Them motherfucker told on me. See, y'all, some of y'all is dumb, bro. Some of y'all is dumb because y'all end up basically, keeping certain people around for the wrong reasons, and then when it goes down, you wonder why it goes left like this. I would have never kept that boy around. And people told him, like, The Game, YG, a bunch of Crips. People like, look who you running with right now. And that, the gangsters did it because he was, he's providing clout to the gang, obviously getting paid for protection and shit. Yeah, but now look at it. He's bringing everybody under and shit. What the fuck? All right, back to boxing. Bet that up, cut. Let's get it. All right, y'all see this. Joe Markowski is the guy with the little Twilight look. Joe Markowski of Dazn tells The Athletic, which Mike Coppinger writes for, tells The Athletic the days of inflated purses are over at Dazn and that they had to pay a market entry premium. Joe Markowski of Dazn tells The Athletic the days of inflated purses are over and they had to pay a market entry premium. This is not good, bro. I agree with you. He said Daniel Hernandez was the agent from day one. Yeah, because he's turning super easy. He was there. It's probably a bug sent to collect intel and shit. Because I seen the video of him being kidnapped. Who the fuck recorded that? How you kidnap someone to record it? Who's recording? I don't know. That shit looks sus. Listen, I just showed you guys. So, okay, I love my job, people. I really do. And I appreciate all y'all for fucking with the cause. Joe Markowski of Dazn tells The Athletic the days of inflated purses are over at Dazn and that they had to pay a market entry premium. Horrible. Doesn't sound good to me. I don't know what y'all feel about that, but that don't sound good. Hold on. We about to cook. That doesn't sound good at all. The days of inflated purses are over. So all these big, illustrious, lucrative paydays, they're saying those days are over. We not, that's what he's telling The Athletic. He's an exec for Dazn for the, Western Territory or whatever. I don't know his specific job prescription, or not prescription. That sounded ignorant. Job description. But you see him at the boxing events and stuff. So he's an exec with Dazn. The days of inflated purses are over at Dazn. So why would you have to all of a sudden put your foot down like that? If you make a profit and things are, you're out the red and shit, why would you even have to make a statement like that? So bottom line, everything that I said from day one has again been proven to be true. Look at the warning signs. Look at the indicators. Dazn came out under a $9.99 price point with the free trial of 30 days. 30-day trial, they got rid of that. when they switched the prices. This year, before we even got a second Canelo fight and a second Joshua fight, they had already inflated their prices or doubled their prices by 100%. Went from $9.99 to $19.99. Don't tell me about no bullshit. Oh, I still pay $9.99 because guess what? Even if you pay $9.99, that's good until like March of next year, and then you're gonna have to pay $19.99 like everybody else who signs up new. That's another. That to me, I don't like that. Like, I understand certain things arise, the climate changes, or maybe your service offers more, like Netflix. Netflix got some real good, like, original Netflix originals and stuff. They got like Adam Sandler movies and like Narcos and all this shit, right? So I can understand why they would raise their price point. But one thing with like a company who's like breaking into new territory like Dazn in America, they should have let the handful of people that had the $9.99 stay under the $9.99 price point indefinitely until there's a lapse in payment or a lapse in service. Like if you cut it off, then you lose it. But that because some people are gonna have a tough month and get off of it. So some people will just fizzle out and trickle out, and they'll have to come up off the $9.99 anyway. And then the people who have been loyal since day one, since you released, you should let them keep it. So that, to me, just from an integrity point of view, I don't like that move for DAZN. I think if you signed up before the announcement of the price thing and you've had service consecutively and you don't lapse, shout out to Tamar, exactly, grandfathered in. You should definitely be grandfathered in. Like, me to this day, bro, when I got a cell phone, I don't even know what year it was, to be honest, but it was Chingy was out or something. Cause I've had a cell phone for years now, decades or whatever. Chingy was out. It was word how we met. Like Chingy was out when I got my first iPhone or some shit. And back then, the whole game was different. Like, in the mid 2000s, the game was different. They didn't have all these apps and, like even just the technology wasn't where it is now. It's just common sense. So you have to send like SMS, picture mail, and all this shit. Phones can do more now. But back then they had unlimited data plan because phones hadn't exploded where they're basically mini computers and they could do everything they do now. I'm still all the way now, because I've never left AT&T after that. I'm still under a grandfathered in plan. So I have unlimited data. They try to get you off it all like, oh, hey, you can switch. I'm like, nah, don't touch my shit. I'm still unlimited data from way back when Chingy was out. Pick me up if you want to come roll with me. And you was my lady, bro, out since Chingy. Just because I've never broke, I need a cell phone, so I never broke service with them. So for that reason, I get to be grandfather in. So DAZN really should have did that for the loyal people, the day oneers. Pick me up if you want to come roll with me. And you was my baby. It was word how, bro, since Chingy. See, Salvador Gomez. Shout out to Salvador Gomez. That's what I'm saying. Since that, he said, you remember after 9 it was free minutes? Yeah. It'd be like a little bitch you didn't even really like. Oh, I can't talk to you right now. I'm not on my free minutes. You ain't wasting my minutes out this month. That's what I'm saying. The game is different now. They don't got that anytime minute. Plus, back in the day, like when you used to get cell phones, this is up until, fairly recently. You could trade in your old phone, get a discount off the new phone. Now they just tax it and then divvy it up into monthly payments on your bill. The game is different. I got that unlimited data for you since Chingy. At the Holiday Inn, bro. Since the Holiday Inn, I got that unlimited. So DAZN should have did that for they lifers or whatever, the loyal customer. They didn't even do that. Horrible. But why would you say that? Why even come out and say, hey, the days of inflated person? That means, to me, I don't know what y'all talk about, bro. But that means you feel, or the data shows that you've been overpaying people like we all suspected. The shit, oh my gosh, Kamal Oz, shout out to my man. Breaking, Triple G versus Kevin Sorbo. I know exactly who he is. It's from the Hercules TV show in May. And hey, you a fool, bro. This dude said Kevin. Yeah, he finna fight Xena Warrior Princess as a tune-up. And fucking Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. That's who he finna fight. Triple G versus Dr. Quinn. Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman versus Triple G. Hope you guys enjoy. Motherfucker finna fight Gizmo from Gremlins looking ass, bro. You can't watch the fight or eat after midnight looking ass. Anyway, someone said Lucy Lawless. He finna fight Lucy. I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball, Lucy Lawless, you know, Lucy Liu. He finna fight all the fucking Lucys. Lucciano Lucci, man, come on, bro. That man, Triple G, he just fighting random. They, especially I think they liked watching Triple G knock out black people. Just any black will do. Like George Washington Carver. Yeah, no, he made peanut butter. Everybody, bro. They just wanted to see that. Like, damn, Triple G finna fight George Washington Carver. Like, who don't like peanut butter? If with no George Washington Carver, you had no Reese's Cup, Skippy. What the fuck? Why you want to fight him? Motherfucker fighting George Washington Carver and shit. Marcus Garvey. Man, get the fuck up out of here. They just, it don't matter what Tuskegee Airmen. They don't give a fuck, bro. Triple G, if you black and you don't have a chance to beat him, you in the running. Bow Wow, he might get the fight. You know, the Bow Wow. No, Bow Wow, I'm scared. No, stop. You are not scared of Bow Wow. Stop. Triple G be lying with that. Trying to act like he know he fighting somebody that nobody give a shot to win, and he be trying to act like he terrified him. Oh yeah, Steve Roll. Nah, you said in another interview you didn't even know who the fuck he was, but you scared of him. How you scared of him, motherfucker? You don't know. Come on, bro. They need to let him fight Tekashi. That's the real fight, because this motherfucker telling on everybody. Triple G need to fight Kashi. Anyway, why would Dazn come out and say somebody said Triple G versus Chris Tucker? Come on, man. Come on, G. Put your bag in the back, Triple G. No. You put your own shit in the back. I am not a sky cap. I'm LAPD, bro. Get him out of here. Kata. Oh, ooh. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it with me. You are. Wise up, my neck. Like, bro, get this rush out. Get filter fish. Get this shit out the fucking. Oh my gosh, bro. Triple G just be fighting random. The nigga that made Hungry Man TV dinners. Yeah, I want him. I'm scared. No. Stop. Alex Martinez, $2 super. He said it's new media, brother. Facts. Shout out to you. Man, he finna fight Dragonfly Jones. Silent. Had you been practicing on your art, you know your way around the dark, boy. Now get in line. I'm like, bro, he finna fight Dragonfly Jones for the. He finna fight Dragonfly Jones. Get the fuck out of here, bro. He finna fight Eddie Winslow. Triple G versus Shaggy. Which one? Scooby-Doo or Mr. Lover? Yeah, he finna fight Mr. I already know. It's gonna be Mr. Boombastic. She call me Mr. Boombastic. That you in the Mr. Romantic. Triple G fantastic. That you in the Mr. Rule. This motherfucker finna fight Shaggy. Man, get the fuck up out of here. Mr. Lover. Rule. She call me Mr. Boombastic. That be fantastic. That you in the Mr. Ooh. He finna fight Boombastic. Man, get out of here. He finna fight Antonio Banderas. It is I, Pieter of the Seven Seas. Like, get the fuck up out of here, bro. He finna fight Dillian White, B Sample. He finna fight Kadeem Hardison in the 6-man. Man, come on, bro. He finna fight Willie Lopez that killed Swayze in Ghost. He finna fight Ox from Belly. Triple G versus Machete. He would fight Danny Trejo. Hey, he might get fucked up because Danny Trejo and Desperado had them knives. It was getting active with them knives. The motherfucker. Hey, my boy Trejo was getting active with them knives in Desperado. The motherfucker. He was flicking knives, just walking down the street. I ain't never seen a knife by. That motherfucker was just walking up the block, just clapping shit with knife. Oh my God. He was slinging them bitches. He was in prison too. Yeah, Triple G might have his work cut in with that. That's real Mexican style, bro. Danny Trejo with that shit. He finna fight the Mexican dude from every movie with the bald head. The one that was in Training Day. You know, with the cards. Simple question, eh? You ever had your shit pushed in? I've had my shit pushed in, bro. Big time. Bro, he finna fight that dude. Not the dude that was wilding out about to push in. Just the simple question, eh? You ever had your shit pushed in? I've had my shit pushed in. I've had my shit pushed in, bro. he finna fight. He finna fight both. He finna he gonna call it Mexican style because that motherfucker was wildin', bro. Hey, he needed an Oscar. He was. I've had my push. Like, you getting your shit pushed in right now the way you acting, motherfucker. I've had my. Hey, he need an Oscar for that. He was really wildin' in that. I've had my pushed in. Oh shit, that sounds intense. Get him off the screen. The director, cut. Did you get it? That motherfucker was tripping with that pushed in shit. They could be like, "Hey, Triple G, simple question, eh? I know you fought Kell Brook and Canelo. You ever had your shit pushed in?" I've had my pushed in, bro. Triple G finna fight Miklo talking about Mexican style. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. Shout out to Carter. It's Mr. Carter. Welcome to the Carter. You made it. Charlo, Jaime Munguia, Andre, any of them will beat him, so he shook. Hashtag Mob Deep. Hashtag Sugar. Hey, you a fool, bro. Man. So is it Triple G versus Stavern? Nah, Stavern might. He finna fight the cast of Coach Carter, the basketball team. Puerto Rican kid, Channing Tatum, all them motherfuckers, bro. He finna fight the cast of Usher, that Light It Up movie. The kids in school. He finna fight, Usher and the Faculty. He finna fight them. Josh Hartnett and all them. From the Faculty with that alien shit. He said Triple G versus the California Raisins. I heard it through the grapevine. He said, I heard it through the grapevine. He really would fight the California Raisin, bro. Stop. He finna fight the Faculty out there. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers cast. Motherfucker finna fight dark-skinned Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince. When she need a job, where's she at? Triple G finna fight the dark-skinned Aunt Viv. Vivian! And the old media just run with it. Yeah, Triple G is like destructive. You see? Charlo don't get no credit. You know, Broner gets shitted on. Broner will fight anybody, bro. He don't be capping. He really fight. You see, people, listen, put it this way. Gabe Rosado, Broner, people people look at it, oh, they got losses. Yeah, but they're also willing to fight who the fuck ever. So if everybody didn't play the politics game and A-side game, then there'll be a lot more people with Broner losses or Gay Rosado losses if they were fucking fighting everybody like them. You get what I'm saying? Carter, shout out to Carter again. Triple G is trash now. Wow. Spence can stay at 147. Will he at 160? And he still lose? Triple G fell off. Yeah, man, y'all going in. Bro, I told you, new media has destroyed old media. The proof is in the pudding. Listen to what I said. Listen to what they said, and you tell me where we're at. The people is Triple G is cool. He's good. They say that Triple G was bigger than Ward and this big blockbuster pay-per-view. Triple G, when he has not fought Canelo, his numbers have been asshole. Both of his Triple G, basically where he was the A side and he had to carry the torch, and he was the bigger name on the card. Lemieux and Jacobs fight, the pay-per-view buy rate. Not talking about the quality of the fight. I'm talking about the buy rate of how many people shelled out cash to order the pay-per-view were abysmal. The only good pay-per-view numbers Triple G fucking has is with Canelo. And you know why? Because of Canelo. So I don't blame Canelo for saying he's done with the Triple G chapter. And bro, Dazn is there. Who's behind it? Who is Triple G versus the cast of Blackish, Fishburne, and Anderson? Hey, you sure, dog? Bro, who is behind? Who's pulling the string? Who's the Geppetto? Like, why do they insist on Triple G versus Canelo? Nobody cares, bro. Look at Triple G. Oh my God, listen. Look at Triple G's last fight. Nobody's even talking about it in a good way. I have not seen anybody be like, oh yeah. First of all, Derevyanchenko fight is not horrible, but it's not Steve Rolls. At least we know who Derevyanchenko is, but it's still not anybody. This would not be anyone's top 3 pick, for the bulk of people. Ain't nobody was just sitting up here like, oh man, I can't wait for Triple G to fight Derevyanchenko. There's so many other guys in line in the queue that we would rather see him fight. Nobody's even talking. And then on top of that, you've relegated Canelo to an app, so his star power is waning. And then now you think this Canelo versus Triple G fight is gonna be this legendary, like, get you out the red. I think the longer they wait for the Triple G fight, based on how things are going, the smaller the fight gets. You have no true momentum because they both have went their own separate ways, and things have happened. Canelo franchise champion. Canelo got stripped of the IBF. Triple G fought some Bill Bellamy lookalike, Steve Rowe, switched from Abel. The longer you wait at this pace, the worse the fight gets. This is the opposite of striking where the iron's hot. Paul Ruffin says Triple G versus Candyman. Yeah, he's gonna have them bees coming out of his mouth. Sweets. Had them fucking bees in his ear and shit. Triple G versus Harry Belafonte. Oh wow. Deo me say Deo. Oh wow. Hey, you tripping, dog. So at this pace, the fight is not getting any bigger. And I called this and I told you from the beginning, so new media must be doing our thing, because I told you the best case scenario that they could have did, Canelo was fighting Jacobs in a unification. That consolidates the belts in the division. Right? Put Triple G, instead of him fighting someone no one's ever heard of, who's never fought outside of Canada, who had never fought in a 12-rounder, who only had one 10-rounder in his 35-year-old career. Well, his career wasn't 35. He was 35 in his career, but he had been pro long enough, right? Never fought a 12-rounder, never fought in America, fought at a catchweight. Instead of that bullshit, you should have made Triple G versus Andrade, like I said, and then Canelo, Jacobs, Triple G, Andrade, winners meet. Boom. Now you have something that even HBO didn't have. You have a middleweight for all the marbles and undisputed. DAZN was very foolish to not do that, because now things happen and the belts got dispersed again. Like, just think of it on some Avengers shit. And I'm gonna have to get to the super chats after. I gotta get these thoughts out because it'll be too distracting. Think about it on some Avengers shit. Thanos wants supremacy and he wants to make the planets, his version of perfect. If he has all the Infinity Stones and the last Infinity Stone is on Earth, what is Thanos gonna do? He gonna lace his boots up, come to Earth, and try to collect that last Infinity Stone for the glove so he has total supremacy. DAZN had this opportunity. They just now got Billy Joe Saunders, but before, Billy Joe Saunders was with Frank Warren. So during that time, he had a belt. Then he failed a drug test, and then a DAZN fighter, Android, was able to fight for the belt and get the belt. So you collected all the belt. Charlo was just an interim champion. Billy Joe Saunders, a Frank Warren non-DAZN fighter at that time, lost his belt, and then a DAZN fighter collected that belt. You had all of the fucking belts to make this work. Who is calling? Look, DAZN is like, yeah, let's make Maurice Hooker in a unification with the top ranked fighter that stylistically could beat him and stylistically did beat him. That's a great idea for that unification. Now Jose Ramirez, knocks out the DAZN fighter and leaves and goes back to ESPN with an extra belt and a whole lot of clout and credibility. And a lot of times when the companies, they have little things like, hey, if we help you get a title, we put you in a position, you get a title, or you unify, then certain clauses initiate like an extension. So right after Hooker got knocked out, Ramirez, it was announced that Ramirez had extended his pact or his contract with Top Rank because they put him in a position and got him the opportunity. He unified. Now he goes back to ESPN. They got him for a couple more fights than they had him previously, and all as well. They just built a statue in Fresno or some shit for Jose Ramirez. So DAZN thought, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's work with an opposing network, which is cool. I'm good with that. I'm a fan. It was a good fight. But that you were willing to risk Hooker, and you seen what happened. He got knocked out in a bad knockout. Now he's moving up in weight and all this stuff. We have to, that's that. But the black guy was expendable, and he got knocked out, right? And then the guy who beats him leaves your network. But you refuse to put Andrade in, a guy you have credible with the belt, with Canelo or Canelo or Triple G. Horrible. And then you claim that you brought boxing back or whatever the fuck they talking about. Pay-per-view's dead. Not at this rate, because you're not doing what makes the sense. See, look at PBC. They have the most of the welterweight pictures outside of Crawford. They are making, in my opinion, right now, intelligent fights that try to make sense. They try to make Danny Garcia Mikey Garcia, but Mikey Garcia don't know what he wants to do. They made Porter versus Danny Garcia. They made Porter versus Thurman. They made Thurman versus Pacquiao this year a consolidation. Now we only have one WBA for the moment, one WBA true champion, and that's Manny Pacquiao, right? They're Spence Porter fighting next week. The winner of that could go on to fight against Pacquiao, maybe, if Pacquiao wants it, right? So they're taking care of their side of the street. Top Rank had all the middleweight belts, and then DAZN had all the middleweight belts, and because they pussyfooted around it and dilly-dallied and didn't make the intelligent decisions, like I told y'all, now you let Jermall Charlo get elevated. Canelo looks bad because he became this franchise champion bullshit, and then he loses another belt, the IBF belt. Now the belts are getting dispersed. So now Triple G Derevchenko gonna have a belt. Canelo looked bad getting stripped twice for not fighting Charlo, and then it's downhill. And then meanwhile, Andre, how the fuck can Andre grow bigger? if you keep putting him in with Seleskis and shit like that, how is he gonna get bigger than this level? Every Gabe Rosado versus Andrade or Selesky Part 2, or whatever. He can't really grow like that. He can't really grow like that. You know what they say, when you want something you never had, you have to try things you never done. Andrade, in my opinion, is a quality ass fighter, but he can't really build his brand. How you gonna build his brand beyond that? They let him fight at the donut shop, Winchills or whatever in his hometown. That's cool, but that don't get you any closer to household name status. Look at how he's being moved. Fighting Artur Akov, that shit ain't finna do nothing. That's just, and Eddie Hearn bragging, oh, we're keeping guys busy. That's cool. They're busy, but is that making them a star? Fucking Tank has a parade in his city coming up in the next week or two. I don't know the exact date. Bro, he has a parade. Are they doing a Demetrius Andrade Rhode Island parade? You get what I'm saying? Tank has a fucking Baltimore parade, a Tank parade. Like he won some kind of championship. They're celebrating him. That's dope. He was at the Baltimore Ravens game before 80,000 fans. Baltimore fans. Well, I can't say everyone was a Baltimore fan, but you get what I'm saying. It was a home game. That's how you build the fighter. Look at Errol Spence. They're giving him mad publicity. Porter too. Porter's a talk show host or whatever the fuck they got him doing. Plus they're doing the camp series with the Fox. Bro, when Demetrius Andrade fights, I never see no shoulder programming from Dazn. When he fought Artur Akov, so I'll give somebody enough. I'm not even gonna do that because I already know what it is. But when he fought Artur Akov, show me a 4-part series that Dazn put together. Not no little Instagram commercial or some shit. I'm talking about like a 4-part docu-series breaking down the fight. Now Dazn talking about no more inflated purses. Bro, this is common sense. Like, I don't even think you have to graduate from like an accredited college of business to grasp some of the most basic things that Dazn's spending habits seemed really ridiculous and really hard to sustain. So you just paid Ryan Garcia, allegedly, because I don't know the number, the most lucrative deal for a prospect. You had to pay a lot for Devin Haney, right? Great fighter. You're paying Canelo $365 million for 10 fights. You're paying Triple G $15 to $18 million for Steve Roll type of fights. And Derevyanchenko, he's probably getting something around that. Getting good ass money that he would never get on HBO with that type of fight. It's just not sustainable. It's not sustainable, which is what I've said from the beginning. At first I was like, let's see how they plan to do it. But then, it was really quick to see that it's not stable. And the quote says this. I'm gonna read it again, in case you're just joining me. Make sure you guys smash the like button. We the realest in the game. Mike Coppinger reports he's with The Athletic. Joe Markowski of Dazn tells The Athletic the days of inflated purses are over at Dazn and that they had to pay a market entry premium. That's bullshit. You didn't have to pay. You could pay people handsomely to enter into the market, but you were paying like a motherfucker trying to impress a girl or something. You were trying to stunt, and now that stunting, you got to pull back. You got to tighten up that belt. You gotta puncture an extra hole because you getting skinny. You got to puncture an extra hole in that belt. Man, there ain't no way you could. I told you this shit. There's no way you could. Bro, Canelo getting 15, 25 million, whatever the fuck he's supposed to be getting for Rocky Fielding. There's no way that fight generated the amount of value needed to justify one person on the whole cards entire paycheck being that much. That's why, you know how the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Dazn came in trying to, we're the Netflix of boxing. No, the fuck you ain't. Netflix is popping. Netflix, I just seen the thing. The dude's worth 400 billion or some shit. You ain't no Netflix about Netflix, and they increased their price not by 100%, but by $2, $3, $4, whatever, and people didn't complain as much as when Dazn did because they have a catalog, and then people are like, they do have a lot of stuff on there. They talking about we the Netflix of boxing. See, that's what happens. Innovation is cool, but so is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The reason pay-per-view works, listen to me, people, smash the like button. He said tricking off money. It ain't chicken if you got it. That's Dazn. They like one of them old players at the club. Ain't chicken if you got it. Chicken if you got it. Dazn on that T.I. shit. You can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. Hey, if you knew better, you do better. Expeditiously, bro. Come on, bro. They trying to ball like rappers and shit. Shout out to Keith Hunter. Dazn try to reinvent the wheel. Facts. The thing is this. This is why the pay-per-view model works still. Whether people won't see, leave it to me to break this shit down intelligently for y'all. Okay. This is why pay-per-view still works. Because you rely on the public to determine what is good and what it isn't. And if it is what it's supposed to be, then the numbers generally reflect it because they'll have higher numbers than before. Yes, there's still streaming and, Cody's and all this Fire Stick and all that shit. But you'll still see better numbers. The better the fight, the better the content, the better the event, the bigger the viewership will be. It's not rocket science. I told you that from the beginning. So you're relying on the public to make the determination, right? For example, if they put Victor Ortiz versus Brandon Rios main event for $80 on pay-per-view, the shit ain't finna sell at this point. Ain't nobody trying to pay $80 to see Brandon Rios versus Victor Ortiz now. Victor Ortiz, where's he even been? He had a rape case or something. I don't even know what happened with that. Brandon Rios lost to Humberto Soto. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be justifiable. So therefore, them putting it on pay-per-view, it would flop. Right? Period. And if it's good, then it's good. Like Mayweather versus McGregor. People were interested in it. And it set records. It was, very successful. Dazn, for whatever reason, they thought we could eat the upfront cost, and merely because you have to understand the psyche of people. They're thinking, people look for this whole shit sounds weird to me. Listen, understand the psyche of people. Sorry, my allergies are killing me. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Okay. Understand the psyche of people. This is this. One, people hate change. A lot of people. When something's new, they don't, what is it? People fear the unknown. If they like the way things were, like if you like the way YouTube looked and then they just did a revamp and it looks totally different, buttons are moved, people are going to get mad. That's just the reality of it because it's something new and they're accustomed to what they're accustomed to. Right? Even if in the long term it'll fix the platform, they're hesitant of it. Like, what are they doing? YouTube's tripping, Instagram's tripping, because they made changes that they feel like in the long term would benefit the platform. But while there's bugs and it's new, people fear that. So that's one thing. Two, if you give people the option to save, then that's kind of what they will do. Dazn, it sounds like their marketing strategy or their thought process was, hey, you guys spend $80 to $100 on one pay-per-view, so just give us $100 and we have all this content for you. So instead of paying a pay-per-view, guess what? You just gave us all the money. This theory, in my opinion, is flawed as fuck. If you want the young God to explain why it's flawed, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I'm about to turn into Ego Valley. I'll tell you, I'll explain why this is a flawed theory of, hey, you were willing to spend $100 on Mayweather McGregor, so just give us your $100 and pay-per-view's dead. I'll tell you why. Block Carlos, hating ass motherfucker. Block him. Okay. Anybody else? Get caught. He said hell no, but he in here listening to me. You a hater. Get it. Get rid of him. You want to hear what I have to say? Because you wouldn't be in here. Block Carlos. Do like the last 3 letters of your name. Get lost. Oh my gosh, bars. I said Carlos, do like the last 3 letters of your name. Get lost. Oh shit, cursor with the body. All right. Watch this. Okay. This is why it's flawed, because at the end of the day, it's not a simple trade-off. If Dazn was a black box that gave you everything that you need from UFC, boxing, and like somehow had the rights to Mayweather, McGregor, and all these other fights, then I could understand the $100. But that's not the reality. The reality is you're paying $100 for their content and their content only. That's why it's flawed. Because at the end of the day, if there is you're saying pay-per-view is dead, bear in mind, you are the only company that is saying pay-per-view is dead. HBO tried to put Tiger Woods versus Jack Nicklaus on pay-per-view just last year, or maybe this year. I don't remember, right? So HBO, when they were out, didn't say pay-per-view's dead. Showtime ain't saying that. Fox sure as fuck ain't saying that. And neither is the UFC. So you guys are the only ones saying pay-per-view is dead, right? But wait, there's more. The reality is this. It's not as simple as give us $100 and we got everything you need, because I want to see Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. So as a requirement, I have to buy that from the UFC. So it's not like, okay, let's say I gave Dazn $100 of my money, but then a fight comes up like Spence Porter. I can't watch it on Dazn. So therefore I still have to go to Fox to watch it. I want to watch Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz. Therefore I still got to purchase it through ESPN Plus and the UFC. So that's why it's kind of a flawed business model, because it's not as simple as, hey, pay-per-view is dead, unless your content is shitting on everybody else. A good fight is a good fight, and that's what they slept on. A good fight is a good fight. If Mayweather and Pacquiao come back and fight on pay-per-view, Showtime pay-per-view, Fox pay-per-view, whatever, right? It's going to have an audience. That's it. It's going to have an audience. I don't know how many it's going to do, but it's going to have an audience. So you can't account for that. It don't matter if you spent $100 and bought Dazn or $200 and bought Dazn for 2 years. You don't have that event. Therefore, you don't get to watch it. So if you're a boxing fan, you're there for what you want to see. So it's not like you prepay and give Dazn all your money, and in one fell swoop, it covers all your boxing needs or all your combat sports needs. They don't have UFC. They have Bellator. They don't have PBC fighters. They have Matchroom and Golden Boy fighter. You get what I'm saying? So the reality is, it's not as simple as, hey, you were spending $100 previously, so just give us the $100 that you were going to. Yeah, but that you gave the fans freedom of choice. Yeah, Canelo versus Golovkin. If people liked it, then they would buy the pay-per-view. Period. So it's just like all this stuff adds up. And then what's going to hurt Dazn even more is Apple's coming out with everybody's doing the streaming. Apple TV Plus or whatever, and then they got one for Disney. I think that's going to impact the Disney shit. The Disney shit is coming out, I think, in November. So that's just more shit for people to have to buy, and it's going to be new, and it has they own a lot, and they're going to have original series like War Machine and Bucky, all types of shit. So yeah, it's not as simple as pay-per-views dead and all that shit. Because Porter versus Spence is an amazing fight with a great co-feature in David Benavidez versus Anthony Durrell. 2 title fights. Plus you got John Molina versus Jose Cito Lopez. That's a surefire action fight based on the way they fight. You got my guy Joey Spencer fighting. You know? So it's just a hell of a card. You got Mario Barrios, who's a great fighter as well. And he's looking to make his mark and name and keep moving up in competition. So it's a solid card through in and throughout with a great main event, a great location, etc. So it's not. So as boxing fans, we're not going to buy that because of Dazn. That's not how it works. That's not the reality of it. A good fight is a good fight, and whoever has that good fight, that's what it is. Another example, if Conor McGregor came back and fought Tony Ferguson, that's what I'm saying. If he fought El Cucuy, it'll do numbers. If he fights Khabib or Nate Diaz again, it'll do numbers. Period. So the bottom line is content is king. I've said this from the beginning. Whoever has, as fight fans, we have if you watch a vampire movie, I'm gonna give you an analogy. Watch a vampire movie. A vampire has a bloodlust, a thirst for blood. They don't care if you're male or female in a vampire movie. They don't care if you're male or female, old or young. You know, they have a bloodlust. They don't care if you're black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican. You see one vampire bite the neck to get the blood from a guy, a girl, a black guy, a white guy. They don't care. They have a bloodlust. That's how we are as fight fans. We want to see good fights. So we don't give a fuck, ultimately, most of us, except for old media, we don't really care who has the good fight. A good fight is a good fight is a good fight. I don't give a shit if Nickelodeon has the best fight. If it's the best fight and I want to see it, then that's who's getting my money, Nickelodeon. Period. So that's what DAZN kind of slept on, that whole part. We don't really care. Like, if Errol Spence fights Pacquiao, I don't care who's showing it. I'm interested in that fight. You know, if Wilder's fighting Fury, if Wilder's fighting Luis Ortiz, these are good fights to me. So I don't care who's showing it. You know, are you going to be like, say Wilder fights, this is hypothetically because they're supposed to do a joint thing anyway. But let's say Wilder Fury got purchased by ESPN. Then I'm watching on ESPN. If Wilder Fury was on Showtime, I'm watching on Showtime. Wilder Fury's on Fox pay-per-view, I'm watching on Fox. I don't give a shit. If they all work together, all 3 of them, then I'm going to watch it on all 3, whatever. You know, nobody care about that type of stuff. Real fight fans. So all that pay-per-view is dead. This shit is horrible. And now DAZN is facing the music that I told. How do you think I'm predicting all this stuff? You know, now they're facing the music. Oh, no more inflated purses, because you can't keep paying people like that without getting any residual income to get you out of the red like that. Like, Devin Haney is an awesome fighter. I don't know how much they paid to get him, but he's been whooping ass. But he hasn't had. It's not like he's still young in his journey, so he hasn't had the Lomachenko fight or Ryan Garcia, something that would be the bigger event. I'm not saying he's not trying for it, but he hasn't had it. So you're paying him millions of dollars or whatever you're paying him, and this is what you have to pay him. That's how you had to get him. But the event, they're not like Mayweather-esque events. Same thing with Ryan Garcia. They just gave Ryan Garcia the most lucrative deal ever. What if he loses to this Romero Duno? This is hypothetical. So you gave him this lucrative ass deal. What if he loses? That's a dangerous fight from what it sounds like. I got to do some more research on Duno. But it's a dangerous fight. That's why you can't invest so much on that. And like I said, with the pay-per-view model, the reason it still works is because you leave it up to the public to deem and determine what is a good fight. If it's some bullshit, then people ain't gonna buy it, period. And then they can get the report and be like, damn, all right, we shouldn't have put that on pay-per-view. Period. Other thing is Markowski or whatever doing this and putting that out there. Just the recent actions of DAZN, I don't feel like it makes people want to do the prepaid $100 thing. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that saying that, oh, inflated purses are out and all this stuff, those kind of comments and getting YouTube fights, does that make you want to be like, oh, let me commit to this company for in advance for a year? When you're saying stuff like that, those to me have a negative kind of connotation. Like, hey, we got to slow our roll. We got to slow our roll. So their goal is to get money, but I don't know. Me personally, I can't have my money tied up in something that I don't know what the future holds. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I try my best to. Like, I'm not trying to have my money tied up in Enron stocks and shit, and then it goes bad. So if I can help it, then I would rather not. So I think Dazn, they still got some more to prove and making statements like that. I don't know if that makes people want to commit long term. You dig? We'll say, oh yeah, let me give them. You're saying no more inflated purses, which is how you even got Canelo, Triple G, probably Devin Haney. You got Ryan Garcia to stay, etc. By having crazy prices that no one else was going to pay, especially not on pay-per-view. Ego, explain to your viewer why the pay-per-view model is better than the subscription model from the fighter's perspective. AKA Mayweather makes more on pay-per-view. I don't know if I understand. Explain to the viewer why the pay-per-view model is better than the subscription. Well, listen, this is my thing. The pay-per-view model is better for everybody. And I'm not saying I'm just like, oh, I love paying pay-per-view every time. But what I am saying is this. The pay-per-view incentivizes the fighters to actually promote the fight. It incentivizes the company to actually promote the fight. For example, who is expecting much of a Canelo versus Kovalev intense buildup? Are they doing a press tour? Probably not. They did the one little press tour in LA, and I think that's it. Kovalev's going to do whatever he does and train. Dazn might have a little bit of programming, and that's it. Versus when you look at Mayweather versus McGregor, they turned that into an event. Like that, the shit was being shown on the news about Mayweather putting the gun up like that, and then Conor McGregor did it back, and they're in Canada, they're in New York, they're in the UK, they're in LA. Bro, that became an event. Like, so Mayweather and Conor McGregor realizes the more that they put on a show, the more money they're going to get and the bigger the event becomes. The weigh-in and everything. I really feel like Canelo, for example, he knows how much he's getting because it's like kind of like a flat fee. It's just a high flat fee, like, a pricey flat fee. But he don't have to promote the fight. All he could do is do what fighters probably prefer to do, which is promote the fight. Which is train for the fight. For example, Errol Spence. Errol Spence, from what I know of him, just being around him, knowing Derek James, they could deal without all the cameras in their face. They would probably just prefer to have the cameras in their face after the victory, from what I understand of the camp and from hearing him. Errol Spence don't need a bunch of like coattail motherfuckers and yes men, right? But if you notice, he's been involved with promotion. He got to leave Texas, fly to LA, do a face-off. They're in his gym, stopping him from a regular day's workout to interview him and ask him what his favorite cheat meal is and all this shit, because it comes with the territory to promote and to make a star bigger. And he realizes that. So he's willing to do it because, again, he's on a pay-per-view and he wants to make it as big of an event as he can. So does Fox, etc. He's going to the Cowboys game and all that type of stuff. But again, Kovalev, he knows he's getting $12 million or whatever he's getting. He don't got to do nothing. Canelo knows he's getting $35 million or whatever he's getting. He don't have to promote. What does he have to do? So then it falls on Dazn, who's done a horrible job of promoting, Block Tamar outside. We're going to send your ass back outside. Block them. That was horrible. cantaloupe. Anyway, if you have a pay-per-view and you have a big event, you got to make it matter to the fans. You got to sell it like Oscar De La Hoya Mayweather. Mayweather sold that and was getting under De La Hoya's skin, brought out a chicken at the press conference and shit. These other fighters, they don't have to do none of that when you already know how much you're getting. Trust me, I know for a fact, not from boxing, because I've been an hourly employee and I've been a salary employee at a previous job. Hourly, I made more money. Salary was just more consistent. Like salary, I consistently made good money, but hourly, because I can get commissions and stuff, I had the opportunity to make even more with commissions and shit, and I didn't have to work longer hours. And if I did work longer hours, I got paid overtime. I used this example before, so it's the exact kind of comparison to being an hourly associate versus a salary associate. If you're salary, that changes the laws and logistics. You can work 60 hours a week, you know what I'm saying, if need be. If you're hourly and you work that many, then they got to pay you double time, time and a half, all that shit. So the hustle is different. As an hourly, if I start making hella commissions and sales, then I'm trying to kill my month, you know, because I get commission. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. I'm on a roll. That entices me, you know, that incites me, that incentivizes me, because I'm like, damn, I'm already having a great month. And then I'm like selling appliances and shit. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like upgrading people and hustling and stuff. I know my check finna be fucking fat. If I'm hourly, if I'm salary, it doesn't matter how many appliances I sell. I'm still getting the same paycheck. So it doesn't mean I'm not trying to help customers, but am I going to go out of my way to really hustle somebody? Not hustle them, but really like close the sale and things like that, when it don't make no never mind whether they buy it or not. I'm getting the same paycheck. It's a different mindset that it creates. When I'm an hourly on a, like I said, if I work 20 hours of overtime, then I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to get this check. Versus if I'm working 20 hours overtime on salary, I'm like, fuck, because I'm still getting the same pay. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Canelo and Kovalev at the negotiating table, main events, top rank, Kovalev's team, they know what he's getting. He don't got to do nothing else. Canelo knows what he get. He don't got to do nothing else. So they could do the bare bones minimum. They don't have to promote the fight. So it's up to Golden Boy and Dazn to like go above and beyond and try to really promote the fight. But you're not really seeing that necessarily, because look at how much money they're paying these people for this with no pay-per-view, right? So you don't see all this extra shit. They're not, bro, they're giving KSI and Logan Paul more press than, I guarantee you KSI Logan Paul got more views than Triple G video on Dazn. Look it up. Probably got more than Canelo too. Dazn paying Triple G $15 million for Steve Rolls was a joke. That's what I'm saying. And it, to me, I think it kind of breeds laziness, or it could. Triple G, like, damn, I don't know, guys, 15 mil to fight Steve Rolls. Okay, cool. Ain't nobody who's gonna, if you could get 15 mil to fight a Can versus to fight Charlo, why would you pick Charlo at age 36, 37 like Golovkin? So it almost breeds a complacent mentality. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're at a more advanced part of your career. I can make 15 million fighting Steve Rolls. Why the fuck would I want to fight Charlo? Even when Triple G was with HBO, he would have to work to get 15 million to sell and make the Charlo fight that lucrative. Because HBO ain't gonna just give you a flat base fee, plus they're gonna try to give you something cool on the front end, and then you make a lot of your money on the back end. So the business model with Dazn is crazy to me. It's crazy. You can't just have expenditures. You can't just shell out cash and get nothing back from it. Like see, this is the thing. In my honest opinion, people fighting on Dazn, the hardcore boxing fans are gonna follow regardless. But a lot of them are getting less exposure than they would get elsewhere, PBC or Top Rank. You are getting less exposure because you're confined to an app. Canelo's fights, factually, have seen less eyes, factually, based on the numbers, the few numbers that they will release to the public, than when he was on HBO. That is a fact. They said he did 600,000 in the U.S. HBO charged a higher premium, and his fight with Chavez Jr. seen over 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. So he doubled it at a higher price point. So you tell me who's winning. Canelo versus Chavez Jr. did, let's say, 1.1 million. I know it was over 1 million. At a $75, $80 price point. Dazn has a $9 to $20 price point, and 600,000 people allegedly got the Canelo Jacobs fight. And I don't even believe the 600,000 number, because they said 600,000 simultaneous streams. You can ask them to break it down. Ask them to show you the paperwork. I bet you they don't do that, because simultaneous on Dazn, I got 2 phones, an iPad, an iMac, a MacBook Pro. Bro, I got hella shit. And I've had Dazn logged in on multiple ones. Like, had it on my computer, and then I had to take a shit, so I didn't want to miss the fight. So then I brought my phone into the bathroom to continue watching it. So I have it running on 2 different devices when I had Dazn. You get what I'm saying? So simultaneous doesn't mean 600,000 unique organic, especially when they allow you to watch it on up to 3 to 5 devices or whatever it is. So it's really less than 600,000 from my view, unless you really, truly, in your heart of all heart, believe that even though you have the ability to watch and cast out under one account, cast it on multiple TVs and devices, unless you think 600,000 individuals all did it and nobody doubled up and, you know, put it in their living room and, you know, gave their friend their password or put it in the parents' room or something, you know, that type of thing. So I doubt it. So this business model, and even like the Logan Paul thing, I told you an angle that nobody else has explored that I've really seen except for me. I mean, but I don't really watch boxing videos on YouTube like that. So I don't know. Maybe someone has talked about it, but I haven't seen anything. Is this. Yes, it's a gimmicky fight. It's supposed to make money, right? But the adverse side is a fight like that. There's things that could kind of go wrong with the fight, you know, to the point where it will make your company look like a joke depending on how this plays out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, for example, if Logan Paul and KSI is like a horrible, boring fight or super controversial, or after all this hype and, JJ got no dick and all this shit, and it ends on a cut and they have to stop it. These guys aren't professional fighters since they were kids. Alex Martinez, shout out to you. He said, go grab a coffee, brother. Don't mind if I do, but thank you. That actually just repaid for the coffee that I have. Shout out to Alex. You get what I'm saying? So that could fall on Dazn's lap if the fight doesn't play out. These are 2 guys turning professional that haven't been boxing their whole life. That's it. That's the point blank. Ego, what is expected in 2020 in your opinion in regards to the Dazn method? I mean, it's not my business, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about my business. I'm just talking about the recent news in boxing. But I'm not wishing them bad luck or anything. It's just whatever is going to be is going to be. My job is to decipher, explain, talk current events, and, you know, shed light on my opinion. So whatever is going to be is going to be. That's how I look at life. Whatever is going to be is going to be. Motherfuckers like, oh yeah, can't wait to catch you at the fights and knock you out. All right, whatever it is going to be is going to be. You know, you can't live your life in fear. Oh, I'm not going to any fight. So Whatever it's gonna be is gonna be. Shout out to my dude Alex Martinez. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the angle. And then here's the other thing. Now they're saying they're not giving any more inflated purses out. So what is the incentive for people who didn't catch the boat already to go over to Dazn? I think that's a good, healthy question. Somebody explain that to me. What is the incentive? Like, let's say I'm just a random person. The win. Okay, like Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor. Whoever wins that fight is a beast. I could see different promoters wanting them. So let's say it's Regis Prograis. What's his incentive to sign to DAZN if they just said, "Oh, we're done giving inflated purses out"? Let me know. So you're relegated to an app. You have to look at who's in your particular division to fight. What's the incentive? The whole incentive for like the Usyks and all these other people is because they probably felt they got a good deal, like where they got more money than they would have got elsewhere. So what's the incentive now if they are tightening up the purse strings to DAZN, you know? And they're like, "Oh, we're not gonna give Regis Prograis this unbelievable deal." So get less exposure for less money than other people had when DAZN first came out, when they were just loosely spending. Y'all answer that. DAZN needs more fighters, especially American ones. There's no incentive to go to DAZN with them being tightwads now. See? The other thing is this. I'm telling you, when it comes to black fighters, American black fighters primarily, they do not, a lot of these companies, the way they look at it, they're not giving them the same type of exposure. They are not trying to build the brand. They're not trying to make Demetrius Andrade the face of everything at the network. They're not making Terrence Crawford the face of ESPN. They're saying Crawford is really good, but then they're building these like ho-hum Tyson Fury, he beat everything, like he beat cancer or something, you know? They're not making Daniel Jacobs the face of DAZN, right? And I'm not saying you, listen, because I know a lot of the anytime you bring up race, it makes people uncomfortable, which is good, because I like to make people uncomfortable. But I'm not saying it has to be nothing but black fighters, because people try to spin your words or take it out of context. A good fighter is a good fighter. The problem that I see is the double standard, and that you're sitting on a diamond in the rough that you're not building, and then you're focusing all your energies on somebody else that you are trying to build. And in essence, you're trying to force feed the public to believe that this fighter is who you want them to be, but they're not. Like Lomachenko and ESPN, like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, the reality of it is Tyson Fury is no Andre Ward. We just watched Andre Ward have a whole ass career and not lose since he was 13. And I don't care if you think Kovalev won, because guess what? Surprise, surprise, motherfucker, he lost. That's what the judges said. It was a good fight, close fight. He lost. So Ward ain't lost since he was 13. If I go to BoxRec right now, I can prove it, right? But you don't see, you don't see some of these ESPNs and stuff commenting on that. You don't see them talking about Tyson Fury in the same way that they talk about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is a more skilled fighter. I have never seen Terrence Crawford, since he's been Bud Crawford in the limelight, look like Tyson Fury looked against that level of inexperienced guy. And if I'm lying, we'll do a hot seat right now and tell me who Terrence Crawford struggled with that had the resume of an auto violin and the inexperience of an auto violin, and he was bigger than them, like Tyson Fury is bigger than most of his opponents. See how this is what they do if you have the complexion for the protection. This is what they do. I often see it with Caucasian fighters. They build you up and they say this and that and the third. Name a time, if I'm lying and I'm racist and by all that, that's great. But prove me wrong, goddammit. Name a time where Terrence Crawford had the size, reach, and height advantage, fought someone who had a big gap and deficit in inexperience, right? Had a full camp for that person, not like, 2-week notice and switched out, and looked like Tyson Fury versus Otto Wallin under any circumstance. Because cuts and injuries, that happens. Name one Terrence Crawford fight where he looked like that with similar circumstances. He was way bigger than the guy, and this guy came out of nowhere and made more of a name for himself that night. Was gonna say Gamboa, but yeah, you can't. Gamboa had beat Orlando Salido, and he's an Olympic gold medalist, so that there's no comparison to Otto Wallin. And to be honest, Crawford, he really started bubbling after the Gamboa fight. So that was, they say Tyson Fury. No one was saying Crawford was the number one pound for pound back then. So that's not even a good example. They're saying Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight right now. Staccato. It's staccato, man. $2 super chat. How is Fury even a lineal champ? I don't know. You got to ask Mark Kriegel. I don't know about that. I don't know you beat. I don't know you lost to. Once again, new media stumps the boxing world. How come no one will answer my question? Name somebody that Terrence Crawford has. They said Fury is the Terrence Crawford of heavyweights. All right, that's your comparison. Tim Bradley, bet that up. Name a person where Crawford looked like Tyson Fury given those circumstances. Like where Crawford had the size advantage, reach advantage. He had a definite experience and resume advantage, and he looked like Tyson Fury. Not to mention Crawford never took 2-3 years off, being on that Sherm and all that extra shit. That Pookie. So Terrence Crawford just been doing this consecutively with no gaps in employment. Tyson Fury definitely had a gap in employment. So what we talk about? No, I'm the racist one. Tell me, please. I want to hear it. That's what y'all say? Oh, you're racially biased. Where are all y'all motherfuckers, y'all idiots at right now? I'm ready. We'll do a hot seat right now. Because you know what I'm saying is right. In your heart, you know I'm right. Why will no one answer the fucking question? Name a time where Mr. Heavyweight Terrence Crawford, Tyson Fury, how he looked was eerily similar to Terrence Crawford looking like that versus anybody. Especially when Crawford was bigger than that person. Man, come on, bro. See, it's just wasting my time. Nobody will answer it. He said there is no answer. Ego, you are correct. Shout out to you. Jake! Shout out to Jake. I told you, there is no answer. You never see Crawford look like that. But ESPN ain't promoting Crawford like that. They want you, these dudes is weak as fuck. Old media is weak as fuck. They turncoats. Now they talking about, does Fury have what it takes to beat Wilder? Nah, don't get scared now after that performance. Be the same person. See, they don't want to keep that same energy. They say, Wilder's going to get his ass kicked and all this shit. But now they already thinking about jumping ship. These dudes is weak. I'm telling you. They're weak. Weak-minded, weak people. Don't stand for nothing. This is who they are. Go down with the ship. You bad, right? You want to say all this old media bullshit and argue back, just like Joshua. Old media said all this stuff about Joshua. Ain't nobody even in Joshua's corner because you seen what Ruiz came to do. And they don't have the faith now. So all that stuff, when proven wrong, they don't have faith that Joshua's going to get it right in the rematch, or they're not willing to bet large sums of money. So that's why they quiet right now. But they want to argue with me. They want to argue with the army. They want to argue with new media as if they know what the fuck they talking about. And as soon as something happens, they just disappear. Ain't that a bitch? They just said Tyson Fury is the number one heavyweight. Ring Magazine. How are you in the number one heavyweight? Does anyone here believe that Deontay Wilder would have struggled with Otto Wallin? No disrespect to Otto Wallin. He came to fight. But does anyone think, given that inexperience, a size deficit, and everything else, that Wilder would have lost or almost got stopped by Otto Wallin? D Bevel put some money on your head. $2. Who's ducking the hot seat? Step up. Bro, they don't want to step up. They're cowards. I tell you, all they do is hit the dislike button and listen. They just sit the fuck back and listen because they know who's winning. They know old media is dead. They know they don't have the answers. They know they're not built for this type of war. They act like it, but they not. I'm telling you. Who believes that Wilder would have lost or even came close to losing or got exposed by Otto Wallin? But Ring Magazine, ESPN, all these motherfuckers said Tyson Fury, he's a number one heavyweight. You know? How? What did it, you know? Otto Wallin, just put it this way. Even if the Otto Wallin, let's say he came out boxing and, you know, going to the body, bow, whatever. Let's say he made it to halfway. The moment he faded from round 7 to 10, he would be canned tuna. You cannot get tired with a Wilder. And, bro, there were significant rounds where Otto Wallin had really no defense and wasn't really throwing many punches. Tyson Fury was throwing with all his might, still didn't get him out of there, which, you know, maybe it happens because some guys are durable. But the type of punches that Wallin gave up whilst tired, he would have been out of there for sure. You're not going 7 to 10 tire rounds, not throwing anything with anything, no steam on them, and really kind of in I need my second win survival mode with Wilder for 3-4 rounds straight when you're tired. Wilder has power for the duration of the fight. He stopped, if I'm not mistaken, Luis Ortiz in the 11th, and he knocked out Fury in the 12th round, and then he got back up some kind of way. So his power is good. Spilka fight went 6-7 round, whatever it was. So Wilder's power ain't going nowhere. It's been proven. And he could do you in early like Stavern and Brazil. So there's no way. Otto Wallin's hands were dropping. Man, come on, bro. That would be a terrible fight for Otto Wallin, especially not having the experience. Because if the inexperience, Wilder's punching from different angles, and he punching with too much authority. Wilder got that slavery power. You know, he's still mad. He got that 40 acres and a mule power, bro. Oh, my God. I want my reparations is due. Wilder's the best heavyweight right now. Exactly. But if you're a black fighter, they don't want to say this. Old media being they do not want to say this and admit this, you know, and they want to make up all these excuses. Man, Wilder got that civil rights power. He was sick, you know, they was putting them fire hoses on him and shit. Them motherfuckers still thinking about getting dogs sick on him. That motherfucker got that separate but equal power. Fuck you talking about. He got that civil rights. He got that Rosa Parks. I ain't going to the back of the bus power, bro. All right. He got that freedom riders power. Oh, my God. And this is how sinister Wilder is. He did an interview with the Boxer Voice. He said he going to open that cut up again. He said, Wilder's a savage. I'm telling you, all right, y'all don't want to believe me. And see, this is the funny thing. Oh, bro, old media is so dead. They don't even sound believable. They try to attack me and say, no, yeah, you just love PBC. All right, whatever. You tell me what you feel then. Wilder said to the Boxer Voice, oh my God, he's very vulnerable. Tyson Fury is vulnerable. When he gets hit on the chin, it's a wrap. Otto Wallin was doing a great job up to that point, especially with the cut over his eye. I thought it was going to get a stoppage. It looked like it was 3 inches wide, 2 inches deep. That's the worst cut besides the Vitaly Klitschko-Lennox Lewis fight. Oh my God. That was the worst cut I've seen in my life. I can't wait. I hope they heal well. I can't wait to see Mr. Fury. That's not my problem if he's ready or not. He signed a contract. That's his problem. He better get ready. No matter what he does when he fights me, the cut is going to open right back up. I'm going to pop it right back open. He can get plastic surgery, duct tape, or staples, super glue or hot glue, cement glue, shit. He can even get some of that flex glue. It ain't even going to matter. Bro, Wilder is a whole savage out here. That motherfucker said he can get duct tape. But that cut opening, this motherfucker's a psycho, bro. Wilder, he's tripping. He said he could get super glue or duct tape. Oh my God, it don't matter if you get duct tape, staples. I'm gonna open that cut. This dude, I don't know, bro. Wilder might eat raw meat. I don't know if he's vegan or what, but he might eat raw meat, bro, because he said he has that slave revolt power. Bro, he got that revolt power. I told you. Bro, he got that Django Unchained shit, bro. He said, I don't care if you get duct tape. Hey, he tripping, dog. This man really want to catch a body. I think they told him to calm it down. He really want to catch a body, though. I could feel it. That's not him saying, that's me saying it. I think you want that body for real. Man, this motherfucker got rabies or something. He's tripping. Oh, my God. That cut will open up. To this day. This dude is ravenous. Bro, Tyson, man, I can't wait for this fight. Y'all better hope Wilder lose to Luis Ortiz. Y'all really better hope. All this bullshit coming to an end. New media. Y'all better hope that, you know, this old media praying, come on, Luis Ortiz. I know, listen, all this Luis Ortiz is 144 years old and all this shit. Yeah, y'all better get your fingers crossed that Luis Ortiz do it. Y'all better hope. You know, they all of a sudden, a bunch of people who, when Luis Ortiz was Duck Joshua or whatever Eddie Hearn was trying to spin it to, now all of a sudden they're going to be in Luis Ortiz. These dudes is fake, I told you. They're going to all of a sudden be in Luis Ortiz's corner because they know what's coming. They know what's coming. Tyson Fury has to box the perfect fight. He didn't even do anything real wrong in the first fight. He got caught with a big puncher. He got to box the perfect fight based on his last performance and the first Wilder fight. It does not look like he's going to knock Wilder out. Wilder took Luis Ortiz's best shots and didn't get knocked out. And Luis Ortiz, I don't know who feels that Tyson Fury has more power than him. Bro, it's not looking good. And then especially when the man said he's going to target that cut. Bro, this dude is a whole ass savage. Y'all need to leave Alabama alone. All these down south boys, y'all better leave them alone, man. Y'all should leave them alone. I told you guys, barring Tyson Fury actually losing to Otto Wallin, this is the second worst thing that could have happened because most people felt that he underperformed given the circumstances, who he was fighting, the lack of experience. This is the beyond losing obviously would be the number one worst thing that could happen. But what happened was the second worst thing. Listen, if you knew the first fight was close, and you know that your opponent's last performance looked like that, now Wilder feels like I did this to him. He's already told you. Wilder said he ain't been the same since me. And real talk, I think he's right. I don't. The thing is, that's why Top Rank is not fooling nobody. Bob Arum, you ducked out of the immediate rematch. This is why. This is why they want, if you have the complexion for the protection, they want to give you every opportunity to try to get your bearings back. If he had fought anybody who looked better, Dillian White, Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce even, who knows? Like, bro, he didn't look good. Had he fought someone better with a little bit more experience, then it could have been a whole different night. That's why Wilder's confidence, it is what it is. I told you, Wilder just said He said that cut's gonna open back up. I can't wait till I fight Mr. Fury again. I don't see how Tyson Fury goes into the rematch confident. And see, people could do the showmanship. Oh, I'm the Gypsy King. I'm the next Muhammad Ali. You could say all that, but saying it versus feeling it and really believing it, that's two different things. Parker went the distance with Raz Kojanu. Yeah, exactly. And Luis Ortiz knocked him out in 2 rounds. I was there. Man, good luck. But you see how new media, we stay on top of our shit. It's old media that has to keep changing everything that they say. Sad. Anyway, I gotta go pick something up. Salute to Eagles Army. Kamal Oz, brand new shooter. It was a long time coming, but good to have you. Shout out to the other shooters, channel members, everybody. Man, Dazn, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they said they ain't doing no more inflated purses. That's a real big statement to me. If everything was going well and you was out the red, I don't see why you would make that statement, but that's just me. I'll be back with some more heat. Maybe do another live stream in a little bit when I get back home. Salute to the Army. Peace.